Hello friends, Tanya here with a Spellbinders January 2024 release. We're going to play with the Monster Birthday Collection, and I'm going to start out by doing some spritzing. We've got Holly Branch, Tree Lot, and Bubbling Cauldron, distressed mica stains here, and a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to use these colors to create a beautiful multi-tonal color cardstock to create our dragon's body. I just really wanted a beautiful green with lots of dimension and different tones, and something that looked like a live creature's skin tones. Now there's a lot of extra overspray in this box, so I am pushing my cardstock into that mica stain spray that is in the bottom of this box. I did even wet that a little bit so I could pick up even more. I love the texture that the corrugated cardboard added to this paper. And here is that adorable Dancin birthday dragon. There are 3 die sets that are Dancin creatures in this collection, and if you're anything like me, you are going to want all of them. I did go ahead and die cut all of the pieces from this die set with various different colors. And to create the eyes, I am just backing the head with some white cardstock because I just like the way this looks better than putting the die cuts that fell out, that die inside. I think it just gives better coverage and a more pleasing look to your finished product. This is the pupil of the eye. There's 2 of them. One die cuts out the pupils of the eyes and the little claws for the arms. And there's a little hole that you poke out. That's the little highlight of the eye. And since it cuts all of those pieces at once, you don't have to cut them more than once. Use the same die to cut multiple things. I'm going to point those little highlights or the of the eyes towards the center, kind of like he's cross-eyed. You could point them in whatever direction you would like. I think this is just so adorable. And I'm going off the guidance from the picture on the front of the package. Next, we're going to attach his tail. You can change where you put these items a little bit. They don't have to be exact. And here are the little legs. One goes on the side of the body that is closest to us, and the larger one goes on the underside of his body. And they go together very easily. I'm also getting the little claws for the arms lined up, and they are not exactly the same. I was again using the packaging to help me figure out which ones were supposed to go where. And they conveniently have a wider spot to put your glue on that adheres behind the little arms. And now it's time to assemble these. Oh, hey, we need to put his little different color belly. There is embossing on the body piece that shows you where the belly goes. And you can make that whatever color you want, of course. I decided to make it a light purple, and you'll see why later. Now I'm just putting a dot of glue at the top of each of these arms and joining those to the bodies, or the body, because I want to be able to tuck this present under his hands. Usually I try to do a little off script or out of the box idea with the stamp sets, but I really love the way this is designed to work just the way it's supposed to be. I think it's so stinking cute. I fell in love with this collection. Just so whimsical and fun. I would love to get a card with this on it. How about you? Do you think this is just for kids, or do you think adults would enjoy these cards also? So we have the bow and the ribbon around our present. I chose to do a gold present with a white ribbon, and I'm going to tuck those under his claws. And I'm going to apologize now. This video is, of course, not in my Stampin' Studio. You can probably tell that already. There's extra shakiness because I'm filming on a what do you call them? Card table. So it's a little wobbly. Even if I'm just moving things on this table, it wobbles. I am working on improving this setup because I will have to be using it more often. But please bear that in mind that it's a work in progress. Next up, we are assembling the wings. These wings each have two pieces. They have the fine detail piece and the broader piece. So like the bones and the membranes between the fingers, so to speak. And you just add some glue to the fine detail piece and line up the top edge of each of those wings. There is again a circle that you add the glue to adhere it to the body. Now there's 4 wings here. 2 get attached to the body portion, and the body portion is the portion that's going to do the dancing. So you need to be careful that you don't place those wings too high. These smaller wings are actually like his ears. They're just tiny, and they add the sweetest detail on his head. I'm using my fingers to help make sure that it's lined up with the top edge of the wing. And my little precision, my reverse tweezers, that's what we call them. They are invaluable to help get these glued and adhered. The little details that Spellbinders adds to all of their die sets are just incredible, and they end up making our finished products look just amazing. They have a great style, and I'm loving this adorable little dragon head. It is so sweet. I know I keep saying that, but I really did fall in love with this die set. Actually, this whole collection. We're going to adhere the wings to the body, and I do end up adjusting those because I was worried they were going to end up interfering with the dancing motion of the body here. And I'm just testing those out and readjusting those. And I think I readjust them one more time so they aren't pointing downward. I want them to look more cheerful, and I upward pointing wings look more cheerful to me. And then we're going to take these smart glasses dies. These are also from the Monster Birthday Collection, and we're going to use these. I think those are called cat eye glasses. I cut them 3 times from some black cardstock, and I'm going to adhere them together so that these glasses have some extra dimension, and they're actually pretty easy to stick together. I'm using my Barely Arts precision glue to get those stuck together, and using the tip of my reverse tweezers to get any of the extra glue out from around the edges. Sometimes it oozes out, and it can, in something this fine, it can actually be visible because it'll be an extra bump. Even though it's clear, it's an extra bump on the edge of your little element. I'm going to use my pokey tool here to make sure I get all of the extra glue. And there is my nice thick pair of glasses. And we'll adhere those to our little dragon's head. Oh, just so cute. Look at that. Ah! For all the nerds out there, this is just perfection. And then, because again, I'm not in my usual crafting space, I don't have any dimensional foam here. So I improvised, and I took some heavyweight white cardstock scraps, and I am gluing 5 squares that are about 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. And this is going to create enough dimension for our dragon to dance nicely. I did go back and take 5 strips of 1/4 inch wide cardstock and glue those together, and then trimmed off a piece so that I had, and it wasn't 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square. It was a little longer, so it would fit behind the top portion of the dragon's head. Then we have the Make-A-Wish frames set, I think is what that's called. And I'm taking one of the smallest, and it's got that fluted edge. And then we have the Heartfelt Thanks and Scallops. Now this is from a different collection, and it is one of those very versatile ones. Then we have this Burst, I don't remember exactly what that's called, but I'll have it linked in the description box below. That is a Glimmer foil plate that I've used blush foil with. Now we're going to take a piece of white cardstock that I've cut down to just over 4 inches by 6 inch. No, I think it's 4¼ by 6¼ inches. And I'm using the embossing folder of the month for January called Branching Out. I wanted to have a textured background, and of course I want to make a 5x7 card. Now that scalloped background that we cut out is actually sized for an A2 card. And I could not resist adding some pearl luster gilding polish to that embossing. I just wanted it to stand out a little more, and I wanted a little extra texture. The leaves actually worked out very nicely. So we're using the pearl luster gilding polish, even though I already glued it to my white card base. And I don't have to get it all the way over the whole panel because it's going to be covered in the middle. So I did have a spot to put my fingers where I didn't get any gilding polish on it. I've gotten the question before, how quickly does it dry? And it's almost instantly dry, less than a minute. So sometimes I get a little on my fingers, but sometimes it's because I'm immediately putting my fingers on the gilding. So after we adhere our foiled scalloped piece, we're going to adhere that arch, and then there is that extra piece of layered cardstock that I stuck to the top of our little guy's head. I'm finding the placement because the first thing you're going to adhere is that dimensional foam, or in my case cardstock layers, and then you can assemble the rest. Now I didn't want any liquid glue getting in the way of my little dancing dragon's body, so I made sure to get any extra taken off of the card before I adhered the rest. And look at that, it really swings quite easily. I love that little Dancin element. Next, we're going to take the All You Need sentiments. These are from the November Glimmer of the month. I am still in love with this. It is a very versatile glimmer set, and that's my super easy, quick and easy organizational method. I'll try to have a link right at the top here. I'll try to have a little thing that you can go directly to that video if you want to see how to do that. And then we're going to go back and get the word from the Make-A-Wish frames. And it does indeed cut into that box the words Make a Wish. So I did die cut that with the same green cardstock that I used for the body of the dragon. And I want this to look like a present on the inside. Now I don't have a great bow in that set, so I'm going to hunt through what I've brought with. And there's a bow in the Dancing Birthday Panda. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. Can you just imagine? There will be other videos using this collection. So I die cut that bow out of some purple cardstock, the same purple as I used for the dark portion of the wings. I was going to put it right in the middle on top, but it covered too much of the word, so I'm just sticking it to the corner. And that completes our card. I didn't even put any extra embellishments on it. I think it turned out just adorable. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that now. If you're interested in any of the product that I used today, check that description box below. It'll be listed and linked as always. And I hope you go check out all these collections. Until the next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.